Right, welcome back everybody. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for taking the time to come and have a look at this video. Growing chilies as a complete beginner. Never done it before, so what better than to take part in a chili growing challenge. And this is being run by Jason at Allotment of the Dead, and I'll try and remember to link all the details in the description so you can go and check out his channel and see about taking part if you'd like to. It would be good fun. And another good thing of taking part in a challenge, especially for me not doing it before, is it concentrates the mind to doing a good job. There's all those other brilliant people, because they always tend to build nice communities of people within the challenge taking part, and I'm just bloody competitive. Hence, because I've never done it before, I've watched every seed sowing video on YouTube about sowing chilies. So I'm going to be doing it in a stupidly over the top way. Most of the things probably aren't necessary, but at the same time, I don't think they can hurt, don't think they can hurt, even to the point of I've made my own heavy duty silver foil trays to carry me seed trays, and I'll explain why I've done that. It's all to do with the heat mat, and if you want to go and sort of look at that side of it, because I've got some tips on heat mats, just skip to the end if you know the rest. All right, so I'll rearrange the phone a bit and we'll go through what I'm going to do and why I'm doing it. Right, so first of all, preparing the seeds. There again, this is just what I've read off my own back and looked at, so this is what I'm going to try. I got my seeds from Red Dragon Seeds. There again, they say it's worth getting them from a reputable company rather than just off eBay or whatever. Apart from Joe's Long. Joe's Long was kindly sent to me by Mark at Sangang and Peanut. So thanks for those, Mark. Now, what I've done prior to sowing them, and there again, this is just what I'm doing and what I've looked at, is two types of what they call stratification, which is a process of trying to get the seeds in a better condition to germinate. I don't know if condition's the right word, or anyway, it's what I've done. So first off, 2 days ago, I put them in the fridge. Put them in the fridge for 2 days. Then I took them out the fridge, and now they are in, this is tea. And the idea of the tea is that's got tannins in it, and there again, just to help along with the process. They've been in for 24 hours, and I used chamomile tea because that's a tea that's high in tannins. All right, so that's what I've done to the seed. I've got the Joe's Long, which is for the longest chili challenge. I've got Longhorn, which there again is for the longest chili, and I've got Eclipse for most chilies on one plant. And I also got some freebie packet from Dragon Seeds, and there's Sugar Rush. So that's them. Now we'll sort out planting them. Right, so for planting them, I've just got these little modules, and because they're quite a small seed, I've used my usual small seed planting mix, which is fine sieved compost through a 7mm sieve, then mixed with fine vermiculite at a rate of 2 of compost, 1 of vermiculite, and using the famous Timu watering can, I've thoroughly moistened that till it's running out the bottom. That's thoroughly wet. All right, and because of the heat that the seeds need to germinate, I've sort of, I don't know if this is even if it's pointless or what, but in my head it sort of makes sense. They were in the fridge for 2 days cold. They then went into the tea mixture that was at room temperature, so they got slightly warmer. This water, there again, it's all rainwater. This has been warmed up to 22 degrees. My theory is it's gone cold, getting a little bit warmer, getting a little bit warmer with the water on here now. And then when it goes onto the heat mat, which is going to be set at about 30 degrees. I believe like sort of the optimum temperature for germination is round about 28 to 32, something like that. So the heat mat sets down there at 32. So this water has warmed the soil, if you like, or warmed the mix. Then all I've done is using my special new purpose-built squisher designed for this size. I've just very gently pressed that down so we got a nice level top to our trays, and just enough left at the top so that once we put the seeds in, then I'll add fine vermiculite over the top, and that's obviously dry at the moment. And to get that wet, I'm just going to use a very fine spray in the bottle here. That way it won't disturb the seed and hopefully it will stay put. Right, so we've got Joe's Long here, and I haven't actually tried this yet, so I hope it works. To get them out, all I've done is just a little plant stake, and I, best Boy Scout style, whittled down a little point on the end of it. So hopefully I can get the seeds out easily. Or not. Probably not. No, complete bloody disaster that is. Right, I'll go and drain most of that off, and then hopefully I can get them out. Oh, I should have tried this before I started, shouldn't I? Right, back in a sec. Right, can you tell I've never done this before? But I'm learning. It's all good learning. So what I've done now, tipped them out onto some tissue paper. Now I can pick them up with this, I hope. I'll just do it with your hands, isn't it? What a... I get it wet. The guy in the video made this look really easy. I'm going to do it just with my bloody hands, isn't it? So, one in each cell. I got 2 left, so I might as well chuck them in. Here we go, just like that. I'll just settle them in so they're touching. Oh. See, you can see why I don't teach how to, can't you? But all part of the fun and all part of learning. And then I'll just cover them over with a little bit of fine vermiculite, which is 1 to 3 mil, I think fine vermiculite is. Just like that. I told you I faff around. Most of this probably isn't even necessary, but I'm happy in my own little world. So there we go. That's that in there. Like I say, we squirt. Oh, that's got more spray in it than I thought. Oh, what a day. Oh, you couldn't make this up, could you? I'll figure something else out for doing that, because that ain't no bloody good, is it? Way too much force. Well, I could spray it in my hand and it drips down. there we go. Improvise, adapt and overcome, Austin. And the beauty of vermiculite is once it gets wet, it changes colour. So you can easily then keep an eye on whether your mix is drying out or not. Right, I'll get on and do the rest, and then we'll just quickly shoot down, put them on the heat mat, and I'll show you what I'm doing down there. Right, so here we are near the end of the most faffy video on planting chilies in the world. Down on the heat mat, I've got the humidity dome on top with the vents closed to build the humidity, get the condensation going. And what I've done at the bottom is I've made a little tray out of heavy duty kitchen foil, and that's aluminium. And the reason I've done that is my thinking is these cells are flat bottomed, so it's sitting flat on the heat mat with the aluminium around it. Aluminium is a fantastic conductor of heat, so that should keep everything warm and toasty. That's the theory anyway, so we'll see how we get on, see if they germinate. The heat mat's got its own little temperature control thing, so I've set it at 32, thinking it's always going to be a bit less than that time it gets to the soil. Now I can check that because I've got one of these infrared thermometer things. Let's see what we got. The mat's on showing 34. The tin foil is 24. I mean, I've literally just put this on here. And the vermiculite and the tops of the plants, if I put it that way, that's about 20. So hopefully as time goes on, the heat will rise and we'll get the temperature we're after. I'll keep an eye on it. Right, well that's it. Thanks very much for Jason for putting on the challenge and getting me interested in chilies. Oh, one last thing. Actually, this is actually quite a good tip for heat mats. If you got your heat mat, get some of this. If I go this side and lift it up, you'll see. Insulation board with the silver topped. That way, it'll reflect all the heat back up. All right, so you're not losing heat down onto your worktop. All right, so that's a good little tip. Right, that's it. Appreciate it if you made it this far. You're bloody heroes. And we'll see if they germinate. Beauty. Catch you on the next one. Cheers and gone.